What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the news has broken that Carmelo Anthony will be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame this fall. That was announced maybe about a month ago that he was among. Matter of fact, I think it was January that he was be amongst the finalists that'll be considered for induction to the Hall of Fame. And Carmelo Anthony got that call today. So congratulations. He will be an inductee to the 2025 Naismith Hall of Fame for basketball. And let me say this before I go forward. Because I see some people complaining about, oh man, they're letting anybody in. How did they let guys like Mitch Richmond and how they let guys like Ralph Sampson in? First of all, it's not the NBA. The NBA does not have a Hall of Fame. It's basketball. Ralph Sampson is not in the Hall of Fame because of his NBA career. Ralph Sampson is in the Hall of Fame because of his extraordinary collegiate career. Mitch Richmond scored over 20,000 points in the NBA. He was the NBA champion. But Mitch Richmond also won a championship in college with the University of Kansas, I believe in 1988. So it's not just the NBA career. Plus, Mitch Richmond won an Olympic gold medal, which is the highest of achievement when it comes to international play. So there are other things you got to look at other than just NBA numbers. But, I fault the media because they're not here to inform. They're just here to entertain and make money and get hits, clicks, likes, and views. At least I try to do this. But anyway, let's get back to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony scored over 28,000 points in his career. Won an NBA scoring title, I think 2012-13 with the New York Knicks. He was a 10-time All-Star. And while he was never able to win a championship, a lot of it had to do with the fact that he really didn't play with a team that was good enough to win a title. I mean, not really. I guess there was one Knick team, it might have been 2012-13 or 2011-12 that was pretty good, but he was always in a situation where earlier on in his career, he was in a highly competitive Western Conference. And then when he went to New York, you had the Heatles. They were doing their thing. You had a Chicago Bulls team that had a little run with Derrick Rose. And then, of course, Carmelo Anthony was pretty much, honestly, he was blackmailed from the NBA. And the media was culpable in this because they said that his playing style was obsolete. The game where it's ISO heavy, the game that was predicated more on mid-range mastery. Carmelo was not really an outside shooter, or at least not known for being an outside shooter. All of a sudden, the media decided to tell him and all of us, well, what Carmelo Anthony does it's not really valued anymore. Although we saw in the playoffs how having that mid-range shot, for instance, for Sean Livingston with the Warriors, or Kawhi Leonard with either the Spurs or later on with the Raptors and Clippers, that was always valuable. But anyway, Carmelo Anthony was able to overcome that, although he spent 900 and something days. I think it was 976 days without being on an NBA roster. And with the help of Dame Lillard, for this, Dame Lillard always should get credit, helped reintroduce him in Portland. He also played, I believe, with the Lakers afterwards. Before he was blackmailed from the league, I think he had small stints with the Rockets and the Thunder. But anyway, Carmelo Anthony added a 3-point shot to his game. And one of those years with the Lakers, he led the team in plus minus. And despite the public perception that he didn't, quote, make guys around him better, he had a very good clutch rating or clutch percentage when you look at the advanced metrics. But anyway, go back to Carmelo Anthony. He was the Rookie of the Year, 2000. No, excuse me. He should have been Rookie of the Year, 2003, 2004, but they gave it to somebody else. Even though Carmelo played in a much more competitive conference and actually took his team to the playoffs and put up comparable numbers. Another guy got it. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too. Carmelo Anthony is one of the biggest what ifs in the history of the game. If the Pistons had drafted him like we all thought they would, we might be having a totally different conversation about Carmelo Anthony's career. More than it's almost a certainty that he won a championship his rookie year. He probably would have won a championship his second year. He possibly would have won a championship his third year. Because the third year, remember, the Pistons went, I think, 64-18. So if you add a Carmelo Anthony, you know, he could have started his career with 3 consecutive championships, and we're looking at a totally different trajectory for his career. And on top of all of the accolades, the All-NBA selections, the All-Star selections, and all of that, he was a multiple-time Olympic champion or Olympic gold medal winner. He won the Olympic gold 3 times, won the bronze in 2004, so he's a 4-time Olympic medalist, 3-time Olympic gold medalist. In 2012, in the Olympics, I think they were in Beijing, I think, in that one. So correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm off with that. But anyway, in that election, in that Olympic, they were either in Beijing or London that year. But anyway, Carmelo Anthony was putting on a shooting showcase in that Olympic tournament, and I believe that's the one where you could argue he was the best player. So salute to Carmelo Anthony. Great, devastating scorer. Could light up with the best of them. And did not have the success as far as deep playoff runs that you would have wanted from him. He was a walking bucket. And he put up those numbers in an era where it was much more difficult to score. Much more difficult. I mean, I wonder what he would do today. You know, no big man, really no defense. And the way they play the game today, if he scored 28,000 points then, how many points we score today? But anyway, tell me what you guys think.